Hi folks, back with another pipe video. I figured today I'd try my hand at doing a tobacco review. Never really done one of those, so take it for what it's worth. What I'm smoking today is my very first G L Pease blend. It's Embarcadero. This is the first blend from G Pease I've ever had. So that should may prove interesting when it comes to a review. Here's the tin right here. Let me read the tin description to you. Embarcadero. Red Virginia tobaccos are deftly combined with just the right amount of choice Izmir leaf, then pressed and aged in cakes before being sliced into flakes. The result is a richly flavored and harmonious natural tobacco blend as comfortable as an old pair of jeans, but with a delightful complexity to engage those who choose to explore its depths. The Orientals provide an elusive spice, while the Virginias deliver substance and body. A unique and thoroughly satisfying blend. And this is actually my second bowl of Embarcadero. I had a bowl earlier this morning in a Dr. Greyval. That was my very first bowl. What I'm smoking in now is a Bulldog. It's a Butch Chocan Bulldog. It's a Bulldog from their Bistro line. When I cracked open the tin, the moisture content, or the moisture level, was just about perfect for me. It wasn't really wet, wasn't too dry. However, just like with the first bowl I had, I'm having a little trouble getting it to light to start off with, but I'm hoping, just like the first bowl, that once I get it lit, it's pretty much stayed lit the whole way through. As I smoked that first bowl, I kind of took some notes, just kind of quick jotted down some things that kind of flashed in my mind as I was smoking it. So I'd like to let me read those back to you. The tin aroma from this stuff is a really nice Virginia. It's kind of got that hay-like, grassy smell that's typical with Virginias, but it's kind of on the sweet side. Although this is basically marketed as a Virginia Oriental blend, I really didn't smell any of the Orientals in this. When you first light it up, you get that really nice, subtle sweetness of the Virginias come through. You know, if I didn't know any better, I think I was just smoking a straight Virginia. And they're really good Virginias too. You know, that sweetness of them is just right. It's not real heavily sweet. It's just the right amount of sweetness that a good Virginia will have. And the slower you smoke this, the better you can really taste the flavors and smell the aromas. As I smoked it down the first bowl, and I got to about, I don't know, maybe a third of the way, I started noticing the kind of a spiciness starting to come through, almost like Perique is, but it was a different kind of spiciness, not peppery like Perique is, but something a little different, and I'm assuming that's the Izmir leaf, which is the Oriental in this. But the Virginias were still the dominant flavor. Yeah, these are really good Virginias, guys. of the Oriental blends I've had in the past, and it's not been a lot, just a few. The Oriental leaf has been more of a kind of a sour component to go along with the sweetness of the Virginias, and that always made for a nice contrast. However, this Izmir leaf is more of a more tart than sour. It's still pleasant, but it's a little different. Now, according to my notes, as I got about halfway through the bowl, I started getting more of a kind of a bitterness to go along with it. It was almost like it didn't taste like dark chocolate, but it had that bittersweet tang to it like dark chocolate can have. Again, it was a pleasant experience. As I got down to the last half of the bowl, both the Virginias and the Oriental started to get really mellow and kind of mild and not nearly as I don't know, bright or predominant as they were in the first half of the bowl. It does produce a nice room aroma. As far as the nicotine strength of this, I would say it was kind of on the, and this is relative. For me, it was kind of mild to medium, and I'm kind of sensitive to nicotine, so you know, there's some blends out there that some people say has really no nicotine kick to it at all, and I can detect it, and I don't even dare go after a high nicotine blend, because I just don't like the little head spinning whirlies you get with nicotine. But by the end of the smoke, I was starting to get just a really mild, noticeable nicotine buzz from this. So for my notes, basically, I would summarize this as it's basically a Virginia is what this is, but there's just enough of that Izmir leaf in it to kind of add some nuance and zest and contrast, that tart, tangy sourness contrast in Orientals to go against the sweetness of the Virginias. In the other Virginia Oriental blends I've smoked, the Orientals were much more noticeable than in this. So the Orientals are much milder in Embarcadero. A good blend. I am enjoying it. Virginias in this are top quality. So if you're someone who's interested in trying an Oriental blend but is unsure if you're going to like Oriental leaves, I don't mean Latakia, even though that basically comes from the same region of the world that a lot of Oriental leaves do, but it's, you know, prepared differently. Embarcadero would probably be a good blend to try, because the Oriental leaf in this is very mild and just, you know, it's almost, you know, used as a kind of a flavor enhancer, like, you know, you would salt food sometimes. It's just, you know, helps, you know, contrast and bring out the flavor of these good Virginias. So maybe a nice one to try. Anyway, hope you found that useful, and we'll look to see you guys again with another pipe video. Take care.